Okay, this is a nice comparison with a Malibu 2LT, of course. Um, but well, let's start here. My thinking was, so there's people talking about, oh, you know what? Those electric vehicles are so heavy. Oh my goodness. I mean, they're whatever. So let's try to go back to a Chevy Malibu is a sedan. It's a medium-sized sedan. A Model 3 is a medium-sized sedan. Okay, so they should be somewhat comparable. Let's see how big a difference there is in weight between these two vehicles. That's part of where I'm going. So I've revamped it somewhat. I've added a table to try to include some of the comparisons, including weight, that might be interesting. Although I didn't add in the width, the length, the width, that kind of stuff. Let's go from there. This trip is the trip down to the YMCA and back. Okay, 2025 Chevy Malibu 2LT. Combined, it gets 30 miles per gallon. It has a 15.8 gallon tank. Our comparison trip is our trip to the YMCA, which was 40 miles. My house to YMCA and back, 40 miles. 8 kilowatt hours were used, which is a cost of energy of 88 cents. And the energy use was about 5 miles per kilowatt hour. Regular unleaded gas cost $2.06 today. Trip costs in terms of gas price, 34%. Okay, so cost of energy range with 30 miles per gallon times 34%, you can make it 10 miles. Okay? Now, for some of y'all, this would be a long trip. It was only 40 miles, but still, it's 40 miles. Okay. Let's see. So you can make it to Jonestown City Hall from my house. Okay. One way. The range comparison. Okay. 40 miles divided by 30 works out to 1.3 gallons. 1.3 gallons times $2.60, $3.38. Take that $3.38, work it around the other way, divide by 0.11, which is my cost of energy per kilowatt hour, works out to 30 kilowatt hours. Okay, 30 times 5, 150 miles. Or to make it more clear, one trip for that Malibu gave me 37 trips down to the YMCA and back. 37. There you go. Okay, so what about full tank? So 15.8 gallons times 30, you can go 474 miles or 12 trips to Walmart. Did I compute this the wrong way? Oh, was this a trip to Walmart? Okay, 15.8 gallons times $2.60, $41.08. $41.08, divide that by 0.11, 373 kilowatt hours, 373 times 5, 1,665 miles. It is a trip to Walmart. Whoops. Okay, I told you the wrong thing. It's not the YMCA, it's the Walmart. Whatever, it's about the same difference. So anyway, a full tank in that Malibu can get you 12 trips to Walmart and back. The equivalent energy cost that you just did with that gives me 46 trips to Walmart and back. Wow. Oh, oops. So this is the 2LT. It looks like the cost for that car is about $34,000. And note that to come even close to the safety capabilities of the Tesla Model 3, you'll have to add some options in, but I'll get to that later. All right, so let's take a swing at some of the feature comparisons, so to speak. Well, the first one's not a feature, it's just cost. Okay, energy cost per mile for the energy component. For that Malibu, it cost 11 cents to go 1 mile. For a Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, long range, it'll cost 2 cents per mile energy. Range on one fill-up, the Malibu, 474 miles. The Model 3, 363 miles. That's EPA estimates. Yes, you can go further with the Malibu. The question is, how much is it going to cost you to go that far? Okay, so cost of fill-up, $41.08 for that Malibu at $2.06 per gallon. For the Model 3, $8.80 at 11 cents per kilowatt hour. Wow. Okay, now, this is the one that I really wanted to bring up, and here it is, the weight. That Malibu, 3,135 pounds. The Model 3 rear-wheel drive, 3,582. Okay, so roughly, am I lying to you? I was going to say it's roughly 400. It's actually more like, no, it's about 400 pounds. Just over 400 pounds difference, right? Nowhere near the weight of those Suburbans and those F-250s running up and down the street. And not that much more than that Malibu. Well, the Malibu's relatively light, although I'll do other cars and we'll see how it goes. Number of seats, both of these cars have 5 seats. And as always, I think that middle back seat, that's kind of a tight space. Okay, cargo space, 15.7 cubic feet for the Malibu, 21 cubic feet for that Model 3. And yes, I just did a test on that. I didn't compute how much cubic feet, but I could fit in 3 check luggage bags, and just in the back, I could fit in 2 carry-on bags, although I put a third carry-on bag into the back seat. Okay, whatever, there it is. All right, so ADAS. ADAS is Advanced Driver Assistance System. Okay, you can get adaptive cruise control for your Malibu for $1,000. Yeah, Bubba, you got to pay for it. Super Cruise apparently is not available. Super Cruise is Chevy's or GM's version of, I don't know, do you call it autopilot? Do you call it FSD? I don't know. It's somewhere in between, I think. All right, so in your Tesla, adaptive cruise control is included. Autopilot is included. And I tend to think of autopilot as lane keeping on highways, but whatever. FSD supervised is an $8,000 purchase. Okay, gas tax. Oh, so getting into the gas tax equivalent. Now, this is for Texas. Okay, I'm not sure. It all depends upon the state you're in. And U.S. Congress is suggesting they want to add something in there too. All right, so $66. So $66 for 10,000 miles, which is roughly about what you might expect for a year. Yes, it doesn't sound like Texas miles, but whatever. At 30 miles per gallon. Texas tax is 20 cents per gallon. Yeah. Okay. If you have an EV in Texas, what's your equivalent gas tax? Remember, it was $66 for the Malibu. It's a fixed $200 per year for an EV. It's the best that they could do, right? For some reason, they didn't have pencils, they didn't have paper. It's the best they could do. However, when you title an EV, or when you title a new EV, maybe that's what that meant. It's an extra $400 on top of that the first year. Wow. Okay, so retail cost on the Malibu, the 2LT, about $34,000. $34,000. The Model 3 rear-wheel drive is about $42,000. That's the part I didn't do, is how much more you spend on gas. But I don't think it makes up $8,000. It comes close though. Okay, anyway, so that's the table I came up with. The main thing is you're not paying anywhere near the gas tax I'm paying, and I don't have gas in my vehicle. Okay, but somebody somewhere decided that, I don't know what, Hummer EVs are representative of all EVs. Whatever, it's just what it is. Okay. Okay, so this section's on crash test safety. NHTSA says this is a 5-star. And when I see that, I always wonder, like, what does it mean that it's 5-star? I mean, 5-star, pretty obvious. 1 out of 5 stars, 5 stars top. Okay. As always, you should review the crash test results for yourself. And I don't mean the NHTSA, I mean the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety. Okay? They actually they grade everything. They show at least pictures, if not videos, of the crashes going on. Okay. They apparently had to update the side crash. There's a bunch of red and yellows in there, in the grading of it, which sounds pretty scary. Okay. I did find in the crossing adult test, on a relatively low speed daylight run, the car nearly avoided a collision with a pedestrian. Now, maybe if you're in the car, you're going, oh, well, I didn't get hurt. It's okay. That pedestrian, they got hurt. Yes, I think it was at 2 or 3 miles per hour where you hit the person. And that's just in low speed. And the higher speed one, yeah, it doesn't matter. So if you go back and compare it to what the Tesla Model 3 gets, the Tesla Model 3, it says avoided collision. Okay? They have regular adults crossing, I don't know if it's a mid-sized child or something like that crossing, and an adult who's parallel to the car. Okay? They have all those tests. Okay. I mean, if you're looking at safety, you should know what the safety is defined as in your car. Okay? And yes, I never cared about this stuff before. It is what it is. I bought the car for different reasons, right? And in the Jetta, the TDI, I bought the car for fuel economy, 40 miles per gallon, diesel. Oh, but diesel costs more. That's getting 40 miles per gallon. That sounds pretty good to me. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. As always, don't take my word for it. Go look it up yourself. Okay? Now, both the Model 3 and the Malibu are mid-sized vehicles. The difference is whether it's a standard or a luxury. Now, I'm kind of surprised they said luxury on the Tesla Model 3. I mean, in the past, they said premium. But okay, whatever. There's that part. All right. So, to some of you, it may feel like I'm really blasting Malibu. I think people who buy Malibu know exactly why they're buying it, and they're okay with what they got. And I'm not telling you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to do a comparison of 2 similar form factor vehicles. That is the Tesla Model 3 and the Chevy Malibu. Okay? It's more of a reaction to Congress going, hey, we should charge those EVs more money because they're so big and heavy, they're tearing up the roads. Um, yeah, my car's not that heavy. But anyway, peace and harmony. As always, what I'm hoping for is if you're shopping around, you take a look at all the factors that might be interesting or important to you. Of course, one of the main factors is, can I get it? Okay, I get it. Although if you're close to a Tesla delivery site, you can check online inventory, and you can probably get something today. Well, maybe not today, but within a day or two, you can be driving a car, an EV. Okay. Anyway, onwards, upwards, charge.